Om Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Sarasate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Just 1 minute. So now on 10th chapter, 30th sloka. Somebody said it is 30th.
I think 31st you have to start, Mataji.
31st. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Preeti, were you online all this time?
Yes,
because,
Mataji.
You could have called me, no?
I can't hear Mataji about this.
Oh, I didn't knew Mataji you will be taking. I tried calling Prema Padmani Mataji.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking why it's I couldn't join. Okay.
No, I actually anyways Mataji has to log in, so I called, tried to calling Mataji to log in first. Because
Okay.
she can only log in and allow us to start. Without her login, we cannot start, Mataji.
So text 31. Pavana Pavatam Asmi Ramashastra Vratam Aham Jashanam Makaraschasmi Shrotasam Asmi Janavi. So we see that Krishna is telling about his opulences. What the human beings can understand, he is trying to tell. Like
Hare Krishna Mataji, we have started chapter
We have started
11.
11th chapter.
11th, then
11.
okay, 11th, which one then? 11th, which one? From which sloka?
I think it's from 14th we need to start, Mataji.
14th.
Am I correct, Purvi Mataji? I cannot recall it.
Yes, so Krishna gives the divine eyes to Arjuna, and now Sanjaya is describing the Vishwarupa Darshana to Dhritarashtra.
Okay, that is 14th. Tatasa Vismaya Visto, that one.
I think 10 to 11. Preeti Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Even I have written from 11:10 to 11:12 only. 11:10 to 11:11. That's it.
Okay. Anekavaktra Nayanam, Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, Aneka
We
Divya.
finished that, Mataji.
That you
I
finished.
think we have to 12. We have to start from 12. I think.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Divisurya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugapad Uttita Yadiba Sadrashisa Syad Vasastasya Mahatmanaha. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. And that what Arjuna saw was indescribable. Yet Sanjaya is trying to give a mental picture of that great revelation to Dhritarashtra. Neither Sanjaya nor Dhritarashtra was present, but Sanjaya, by the grace of Vyasa, could see whatever happened. Thus, he now compares the situation as far as it can be understood to an imaginable phenomenon, so that Dhritarashtra can understand. One sun we cannot see with the naked eye, and thousands, so much radiance is there in Krishna. So that is how it describes Krishna's effulgence. So text 13, Tatraikastam Jagat Kritsnam Pravibhaktam Anekada Apashya Deva Devasya Sharire Pandavas Tada. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. Purport, the word tatra there is very significant. It indicates that both Arjuna and Krishna were sitting on the chariot when Arjuna saw the universal form. Others on the battlefield could not see this form because Krishna gave the vision only to Arjuna. Arjuna could see in the body of Krishna many thousands of planets. As we learn from Vedic scripture, there are many universes and many planets. Some of them are made of earth, some are made of gold, some are made of jewels, some are very great, some are not so great, etc. Sitting on his chariot, Arjuna could see all this, but no one could understand what was going on between Arjuna and Krishna. So here he is seeing many universes just sitting in the chariot and all the different type of planets and all. We also know, like, to take Mercury, it is very, very small compared to Earth. But Jupiter is 5 times the Earth. So some are great and some are not so great. And some are made of earth, some are made of gold. Many universes with many Brahmas. Actually, there is a story about Krishna also. Mataji might have told you that story, isn't it not? I don't know whether she told. So there are many universes and each one ruled by different Brahma. Like that. Okay. Text 14. Tatasa Vismaya Vishta Roma Dhananjayaha Pranamya Shirasa Devam Ritanjalir Abhashata. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord. So, totally in awe. He is this one. Purport by Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Once the divine vision is revealed, the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna changes immediately. Before, Krishna and Arjuna had a relationship based on friendship. But here, after the revelation, Arjuna is offering obeisances with great respect. And with folded hands, he is praying to Krishna. He is praising the universal form. Thus, Arjuna's relationship becomes one of wonder rather than friendship. Great devotees see Krishna as the reservoir of all relationships. In the scriptures, there are 12 basic kinds of relationship mentioned, and all of them are present in Krishna. It is said that he is the ocean of all relationship exchange between two living entities, between the gods or between the Supreme Lord and his devotees. Here Arjuna is inspired by the relationship of wonder, and in that wonder, although he was by nature very sober, calm and quiet, he became ecstatic. His hair stood up and he began to offer his obeisances unto the Supreme Lord with folded hands. He was not, of course, afraid. He was affected by the wonders of the Supreme Lord. Immediate context is wonder. His natural loving friendship was overwhelmed by wonder, and thus he reacted in this way. So he is seeing the Aishwarya of Krishna. So he had some familiarity with Krishna. Now, when Krishna has shown him that this universal form, then immediately Arjuna's reaction is one of wonder. And here they're telling 12 basic kinds of relationship. Told about that 5 relationship, no, Santarasa and Dasya. Then you have this friendship, that is Sakya. Then you have parental relation, Vatsalya and Madhurya. Apart from that, there are other things like wonder. And then this one, that is wonder is one. Then there are some like this, some other sub relationships are there. That is 7 in number. So 7 plus 5, that's why 12 are mentioned, like Hasya Rasa, joking, like Hasya, then wonder. All these are sub this one. Another 7 is there. So that's why they're telling 12 relationships. So, but Krishna is the reservoir of all relationships. And here Arjuna, first it was based on friendship, but after the revelation, Arjuna is offering obeisances with great respect. Here it is not out of fear. He was not fearful, but wonder, because he is the Supreme Lord. Now text 15. Arjuna uvacha pashyami devam stava deva dehe sarvam stata bhuta vishesha sangan brahmanam isham kamalasanastam rishimscha sarvan uragamscha divyan. Anybody would like to read this one? Meaning and purport?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Read.
Arjuna uvacha pashyami devam stava dehe sarvam stata bhuta vishesha sanghan brahmana visham kamala sanastham rishim sacha sarvan uragam divyan. Arjuna said, my dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled together in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on a lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and many sages and divine serpents.
Arjuna.
Purport. Arjuna sees everything in the universe. Therefore, he sees Brahma, who is the first creature in the universe, and the celestial serpent upon which the Garbhodasayaki Vishnu lies in the lower regions of the universe. This snake bed is called Vasuki. There are also other snakes known as Vasuki. Arjuna can see from the Garbhodakasai Vishnu up to the topmost part of the universe, or the lotus flower planet where Brahma, the first creature of the universe, resides. That means that from the beginning to the end, everything could be seen by Arjuna sitting in one place on his chariot. This was possible by the grace of the Supreme Lord Krishna.
Yeah, unless Krishna wills it, it is not possible. So here it is saying Arjuna's relationship changed, astonished with wonder, rather than the mood of loving friendship, bows down and prays to the Lord, forms spread throughout the sky, numberless arms, sun and moon as eyes, blazing fire from mouth, burning this universe and all people. All devatas seeing it were disturbed, surrendering and entering into him, Krishna's all destructive Kala Rupa. Yeah, as time he destroys everything. So Krishna's all destructive Kala Rupa. Now, text.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Yeah.
Mataji, actually, before showing Vishwarupa to Arjuna, Arjuna knows Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, right, Mataji? Because
yeah,
they were having unflinching faith on Krishna, knowing that he is Lord.
they know. That's why they wanted to give him respect, no? That during Rajasuya Yajna, only Shishupala protested at that time. He didn't want Krishna to be placed on that. No, like who is to be offered first respect? Rajasuya Yajna at the time of after constructing Indraprastha, they called both Kauravas and other kings, all of them assembled. So they whom to give respect. So this one, Sahadeva, he can see future everything, no? So he was asked, and even Bhishma, everyone were there. So they knew Krishna was supreme, and they wanted to give the place of importance to Krishna. So he knew, but still he's actually seeing, what he is, everything, He knows there are many instances like Krishna, even because there is one part, I think in Bhagavatam or somewhere, that Devaki's, this one says, not Devaki, Kunti says, when the mother Yashoda asked Krishna to open the mouth, even Kunti was present. So like that they know that Krishna is supreme.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Ah.
So Kunti had that luck of seeing Krishna's childhood and all.
Kunti, I think sometimes she must have visited, because somewhere I've heard in the lecture or something where she says, I've seen that when he opened the mouth and showed to Mother Yashoda, Kunti had seen that. Because it's this one, no, this one, Vasudeva was a brother, no?
Yes, Mataji.
So she has seen. So they know, like even when he left after the war, Kunti goes and prays to him, like I would like the sufferings to come again and again. That only I will remember Krishna. All this, so many prayers are there, Kunti prayers to Krishna. So they all knew that he was supreme personality of God. Now text 16.
Sorry, Mataji, again, sorry to interrupt. Hare Krishna.
Ah.
The actually snake pet of Lord Vishnu is Adisesha, no, Mataji.
Adishesha, yeah, Adishesha. I don't know Vasuki, whether another name for Vasuki, but Balrama expands himself as that snake bed. That is there.
Yes.
He's Anantashesha. Anantashesha. I think he could be known by other name. That I have to check. Vasuki, perhaps.
Yes.
He said because there are other snakes known as Vasuki also, not one snake. This.
Yes.
But it is whatever it is, it's an expansion of Balrama. All the bed, everything, Anantashesha. It's a bed of Vishnu. It's an expansion of Balrama.
Yes.
Text 16. Aneka bahudara vaktra netram pashyami tvam sarvato ananta rupam anantam na madhyam na punastvadim pashyami vishveshwara vishwarupa. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths and eyes, expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle and no beginning. Purport. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and is unlimited. Thus, through him, everything could be seen. And then text 17. Kirtinam, Gadinam, Chakrinam cha, Tejo Rashim Sarvato Diptimantam, Pashyami Tvam Urnikshyam Samantat, Deeptana Larka, Dyutim Aprameyam. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. So Brahma Jyoti. Text 18. Tvam Aksharam Paramam Veditavyam Tvamasya Vishwasya Param Nidanam Tvam Avyaya Shashwata Dharma Gopta Sanatanastvam Purusho Matomi. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. So it is Krishna who gives religion. Whatever you find, says Dharmam tu Sakshat Bhagavad Pranita. What he gives is religion. Otherwise, there is nothing like it is he who gives. And you are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. When the Brahma's time is over, all the universes go into the universe, that body of Mahavishnu. He is inexhaustible. Like, for example, I told in here 1 minus 1 becomes 0, but there it is not like that. 1 minus 1 also is 1 only. Any number of ones can come from 1. Krishna, he expanded himself into many forms during that Ras Leela. And also he expanded himself as 16,108 this one for queens of Dwaraka, but all having the same potency. So he is inexhaustible and he is the oldest maintainer of the eternal religion. So this is my opinion. Text 19. Anadi Madhyantam Ananta Viryam Ananta Bahum Shashi Surya Netram Pashyami Tvam Deepta Tascha Vaktram Swatejasa Vishwam Idam Tapantam. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and the moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Purport. There is no limit to the extent of the 6 opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here in many other places, there is repetition, but according to the scriptures, repetition of the glories of Krishna is not a literary weakness. It is said that at a time of bewilderment or wonder or of great ecstasy, statements are repeated over and over. That is not a flaw. So that is why that 6 opulences, everything is based on those 6 opulences. So that bewilderment of wonder, so to emphasize that, they are repeating it over and over again. So Arjuna is seeing him as Kala Purusha. Text 20. Vyav a prithvyor idam antaram hi vyaptam taya tavayekena dishascha sarva drishtvad bhutam rupam ugram tavedam lokatrayam pravyatitam mahatman. Although you're one, you're spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. Dvayai, Aprithviyo, the space between heaven and earth, and Lokatrayam, the 3 worlds, are significant words in this verse, because it appears that not only did Arjuna, so now please understand that not only did Arjuna see this universal form of the Lord, but others in other planetary systems saw it also. Arjuna's seeing of the universal form was not a dream. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield. So, whom our Lord gave the vision, they could see. So it's not just Arjuna. People on the higher planetary system also could see the Lord. Text 21. Amihitvam shurasanga vishanti yachit bitaha pranjalayo grinanti swastiti uktva maharshi siddha sangaha stuvanti tvam stutibi pushkalabihi. All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them are very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings crying all peace are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. Purport: the demigods in all the planet system feared the terrific manifestation of the universal form and its glaring effulgence, and so prayed for protection. So, the Mataji must have told you the demigods are empowered by the Lord to take care of universal administration. So for each one, they are the administrators of this universe. So they are listening to the, obeying the orders of the Lord. Okay. So text 22. Rudra Aditya Vasavo Yecha Sadhya Vishwesvinav Marutas Chosmas Chosmapascha Gandharva Yakshasura Siddha Sangha Vikshante Tvam Vismitas Chaiva Sarve. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Satyas, the Vishwadevas, the 2 Ashvis, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. Rupam Mahate Bahutra Netram Mahabaho Bahurupadam Bahudaram Bahudamstra Karalam Drishtwaloka Pravyatitas Tataham. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I. Forms spread throughout the sky. Forms of all the demigods and various other living entities. Brahma sitting on the lotus flower and Lord Shiva. All the sages and divine serpent. Many armed bellies, mouths, and eyes expanded everywhere without limit. Glaringly effulgent and difficult to see. But see the form everywhere, adorned with crowns, clubs, and discs. Arjuna describes the immeasurable, the supreme primal objective, ultimate resting place of all this universe, inexhaustible, and the oldest maintainer of the eternal region, the personality of Godhead. So text 24. Nabhasparsham Deeptam Aneka Varnam.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sorry Mataji. Shall I ask one doubt, Mataji?
Tell.
Mataji, in the previous verse, that is 11.22, it is talking about Adityas, Vasus, and Sathyas, Mataji. So, Sathyas, who are those, Mataji? Because
See,
in Sivan, it is not there.
Sadhyas, I don't know this. Sadhyas, I don't know. Aditya, they said that
11 Adityas are there.
important, yeah, they're telling, and Vasus, we know that
Ashtavasus.
Bhishma was also one of the Vasus.
Yes, Mataji. You told the
And all
story
those
of.
Vasus, they are all higher beings in different planetary systems. Gandharva, Vishwadevas, all these are in higher planetary systems. Maruts means Diti's children actually.
Yes, Mataji.
Diti's children, he comes and Indra cuts them into some 49 pieces and they become the god of the wind, no? Different demigods of the wind. Then forefathers, for them they have separate loka, Gandharva, Yakshas. So all they belong to different planetary system.
Okay, okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Nabhaspursham Deeptam Aneka Varnam Vyatananam Deepta Vishala Netram Drishtva Hitvam Pravyatitantar Atma Dhritimna Vindami Samam Cha Vishnu. Oh, all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors, touching the sky, your gaping mouths and your great glowing eyes. My mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. Now, seeing that form, Arjuna gets scared. He's scared. Like, actually, I don't know whether you people know about the story of Brahma coming to meet Krishna in Dwaraka. At least some of you must be knowing. So Brahma comes to Dwaraka, and then he tells the gatekeeper, "You tell Krishna Brahma has come." So Krishna asked, "Which Brahma are you talking about?" So the gatekeeper comes and asks, "Which Brahma are you talking about?" Then Brahma is surprised. "Is there any other Brahma apart from me?" Then the gatekeeper takes him inside. There he is surprised to see so many Brahmas. So many Brahmas. Some with, now this Brahma is having 4 heads. Some with many heads, like 10 heads. Some with 100 heads. Some with 1,000 heads. And like that he sees many Shiva also. Many Shivas with the different. And he sees Indra also, different Indras. Then they realize, then they all fall at Krishna's feet. Then afterwards they all disappear from there. This Brahma, Shiva, everybody disappear from there. So like that, the Lord's potency, like how much we have to see, that much he will reveal. That's all. Text 25. Damshtra karalani cha te mukani drishtvaiva kalanala sannibani dishona janena labecha sharma prasida devesha jagannivasa. See, and the knowledge which we are having is according to our intelligence. Understand? Brahma's intelligence is much more than us. And he only could not understand the Lord's potency. It's very difficult. Very difficult even for Brahma to understand it. Brahma or Indra, they are all great demigods and they have much more intelligence. But to what extent it has to be revealed, that it will be revealed to them. That's all. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance, seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I am bewildered. Text 26-27. Ami cha tvam dhritarashtrasya putra sarve sai bhavani phalasangai. Bhishma Drona Sutta Putras Tatasau Sahasmadi Air Apiyoda Mukyai Vatrani Te Twaramana Vishanti Damshtra Karalani Vayana Kani Keschid Vilagna Dashanantareshu Sandashayante Churnitair Uttamangai. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with the allied kings and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers are also rushing into your fearful mouth, and some I see trapped with head smashed between your teeth. Purport. In a previous verse, the Lord promised to show Arjuna things you'd be very interested in seeing. Now Arjuna sees that the leaders of the opposite party, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and all the sons of Dhritarashtra and the soldiers and Arjuna's own soldiers are all being annihilated. This is an indication that after the death of nearly all the persons assembled at Kurukshetra, Arjuna will emerge victorious. It's also mentioned here that Bhishma, who is supposed to be unconquerable, will also be smashed. So also Karna. Not only will the great warriors of the other party like Bhishma be smashed, but some of the great warriors of Arjuna's side also. So in a way, Krishna is showing Arjuna, whether you kill or not, I've already killed them. So by this he is showing, already I have killed them. As time he is killing all of them. So Arjuna is nimitta matram. He is only an instrument. Already Krishna has killed all of them. That's what he is showing the future. And he's also showing it is victory for Krishna. Whatever he wills only will happen. It will not happen like what Arjuna wants or anything. What Krishna wills will happen. So Arjuna is just nimitta matram. So many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and belly, many terrible teeth, many radiant colors touching the sky, gaping mouth, great glowing eyes. Arjuna is also afraid like the others seeing this form, not able to maintain his balance of body and mind. So, Yata nadinam bahavo ambu vegha samudram ivabi mukadravanti tata tavami naraloka veera vishanti vaktrani abhivijvalanti. As the many waves of the river flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths. Yata pradiptam jwalanam patanga vishanti nashaya samruddha vega tataivan nashaya vishanti loka stavapi vatrani samruddha vega. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire. So here I would like to tell a story. I don't know whether Mataji told. When Krishna was a small cowherd boy, what happened? This one, Brahma is very, very surprised because Krishna's, he is playing with the boy like one of the cowherd boys. He is just playing with them, happily playing with them. And so Brahma is surprised. Is this small boy Krishna what? So that question comes in his mind. So what he does, when Krishna and his friends will be eating their food, and from his hand, the cowherd boys will be eating food. And the cowherd boys also will be eating from Krishna's hand. And they'll be doing all sorts of pastime, playing like little children. So when Krishna was eating food, that some cows and calves went the other way. So the cowherd boys, they went in that direction. At that time, seeing that movement, this one will come, Brahma will come and hide them in that inside the mountain, the cave. He'll hide all these cowherd boys and calves, calves, not the cows. So they are all hidden in the mountain caves. So then what happens? Krishna, he realizes he might look like a small child. Krishna is always Krishna, whether he's a baby, in the womb, at birth, Krishna is always Krishna. He knows. It's not that by meditation he becomes Krishna, he becomes great. No. So he realizes what Brahma has done. So what he does, he expands himself into many forms as calves and the small cowherd children. And each looking exactly like the boys who had gone, who were hidden by Brahma, exactly like them. He multiplied himself. Then he went home. So at that time, what happened? The mothers, they didn't realize that these cowherd boys are not their own boys. They didn't realize it was Krishna. But they showed excessive love towards their own children because it was Krishna. Similarly, the cows also, they were giving more milk to their calves. because it was again all Krishna himself. So like this, 1 year every day, all these cowherd boys and these calves would go for grazing. Every day it used to happen like that, and every day the mothers loved their children very much, and the cows were giving excess milk like this. After a year, what happened? Brahma came to see what happened. He wanted to see. Well, means it was a movement for Brahma, but it was 1 year according to earth time. There is time difference between here and there. So it was a movement for Brahma, but here it was 1 year. So he just came to see what has happened. So when he came and saw, as he has left, then he went and saw inside the cave, and all those cowherd children and those calves were sleeping. Then he realized it was this one. And then as Brahma came and again and saw all these children, the cowherd boys and then the calves, started becoming four-arm forms of Vishnu. Everything became four-arm forms of Vishnu as he was looking. And then Brahma came, and then he fell down at the feet of Krishna. And then he felt that he was that he wanted to get rid of false ego. That's why in his next slide, he was born as Haridas Thakur in a Muslim family, where he was chanting about 3 lakh names of Krishna every day for 24 hours. In 24 hours, he would chant 22 hours, 3 lakh names of Krishna, because he realized the blunder he has made. He asked for excuse and for his pride, everything. He realized that Krishna's glories, everything he realized. So he wanted to be born in a very, very humble state. So when Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Brahma came as Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur story again is a very, very big story. Very big story. So like that, so even Brahma cannot understand Krishna's opulences. So just for that, I told this story. So text 30, Leliyase grasamana samantal lokan samagnan vadanair jwalabi tejobir apurya jagat samagram pasyastavog pratapanti Vishnu. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths. Covering all the universe with your effulgence, you can manifest with terrible scorching rays. Akyahimeko bhavan ugra rupo namastute deva vara prasida vidnatum ichchami bhavantam adyam nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is. So text 32.
Excuse me, Mataji.
Yes.
In text 31, why is Arjuna calling Krishna as Vishnu?
Where Krishna is calling Vishnu.
Oh Vishnu, I see you devouring all people in your flaming mouths. That one, Mataji.
As Krishna, he is Vishnu also. All the forms, Vishnu is the one. Krishna is always with his flute in Vrindavan. This destruction of Rakshasas, everything is done by the Vishnu feature of Krishna. Vishnu is also there in Krishna.
I still have this confusion, Mataji. Like I've heard from many Krishna devotees that Vishnu's expansion of Krishna, like, but then he comes under Dasavataram also, like that one. I have confusion.
No. That is because they don't understand like. But Krishna is supreme. It has been this Shankaracharya who caused all this confusion. He himself says, Bhaja Govindam Modamati. You see any Acharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarkacharya, so many Acharyas have accepted Krishna as the supreme. Even in that Dashavatara Stotra, by Jayadeva, he says, you are the fountainhead of all the avatars. It is like dependent on the relationship. Like like how much Krishna reveals. For some, Narayana and Lakshmi are supreme. You understand me? Like, but gopis, they don't understand. They can understand only Krishna. And once after Rasa dance, they saw Krishna in 400 form. But they could not understand that it was Krishna. They just asked that. But when he saw Radharani, his 2 hands fell off and he exhibited that Krishna's form. Like, it is accepted in all that. See, okay, just forget about everything. Even if you take logically also, Vyasamuni wrote all our Vedas, he wrote everything, okay. But then he was not satisfied even after writing Vedanta Sutra. And then he divided the Vedas, 6 for those in the mode of ignorance, 6 for those in the mode of this one, Rajoguna, that is in the passion, and those again for those in the mode of goodness, everything. But he was not satisfied. Then Narada Muni came and said, what you have to write, you have not written. You have to write about Vishnu in detail. He is mentioned in Mahabharata about Krishna, everything, but only about him you have not written. So you write Bhagavatam. So the explanation of Vedanta Sutra is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam is declaring him as and Srimad Bhagavatam is a Shuddha Sattva. It's not in Sattva platform also. It's on the Shuddha Sattva platform, that is pure goodness platform. In that, we see that Krishna is this one. So Veda Vyasa himself says. So the question Prabhupada asks is, he himself, you have to go according to the author. The author has written a book. He has given explanation. You go and ask 10%, somebody will interrupt it some other way. So you have to ask the author. And the author has said that Krishna is the supreme. That's it, bas. So if you go by that logic also, yes. And so many acharyas have declared also that Krishna is this one. He's the fountainhead of all avatars.
Also, tell me exactly about Radharani because I don't have much information.
Radharani is the internal, that is pleasure potency of Krishna. She is the pleasure potency of Krishna. See, Krishna is one. See, another thing. Okay, you are telling about so many avatars and all. But you see, any other religion, they declare only one God. In only ours, we are saying about so many gods. All are one, like that and all we are telling. But if you see all, they are either declaring as light and all this, no? So only one God. So he wants to enjoy. So only picnic means one person goes, they cannot enjoy. So they need people. So for that, she is the pleasure potency. Whenever she wants to have loving relationship, she is there for him. That's all. One God means one soul with 2 bodies. That's all. Looks like female form, male form, nothing like that. Like not in the strictest sense like the material world.
So Radharani is the form of Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, she is the pleasure potency of the Lord. It is his own Shakti.
But Mataji, actually, marriage happens between 2 people, but Radha Krishna are one and the same, right? Lord Brahma performed their marriage in heaven, it is told, no, Mataji?
Brahma performed. For those who want even that, see, in Goloka Vrindavana, there is a part like where it is Bandiravana, where Brahma performed this marriage ceremony of Krishna. Actually, his wife, you can tell whatever, it is his own Shakti. His own Shakti. No need for marriage also. He only is this thing. You understand? Not non-different from Krishna. For the sake of rasa, they have divided themselves to 2 and they're doing parakya rasa is better. Like there is some absence for some time from Krishna, all these things. For that reason, for increasing the pleasure that the pastimes are being played. That's all. Krishna is one. And you see any religion, you see for Jews or anybody for that matter, one that is Krishna. And even if you take Shiva also, Shiva is the, I told, he is none other than Vishnu himself. He is not different, but he is in contact with the mode of ignorance. That's all. So Radharani is his own pleasure potency, and for the sake of Leelas, they have divided themselves into two. That's all.
From Shiva also there comes many forms of Mataji. There is Rudras there, Kala Bhairavas there, Natarajas there. So that one also Mataji.
Yeah. That is the expansion. Some say Rudra and all. But this one, the original Shiva is there in Vaikuntha Loka as Sada Shiva. He is there. Here in the material world, that is, he's called as Rudra and all.
Mataji, then how is Radharani older than Krishna?
See, that I don't know exactly. But according to the spiritual world, 15 days older. And the relationship more than this one physical relationship. That way, if you take, he just, you see, you're thinking from bodily concept. If you take, it is like, if you take from the material point of view, he was just 7 years old, small boy. You understand me? So it's all from the spiritual perspective. In the spiritual world, I think she's 15 days older, right? 15 days older or something. That's all. Older or younger. That's it.
Okay,
That is, here only 7 years means it's nothing to do like that. Like by 11 years or something, he left Vrindavana and went to Mathura. So he was a small boy. Oh, they will see, okay, Krishna stole Gopi's clothes and all. No, actually, he was a very small boy. Gopis and all was younger than him or something. Small children they were.
Now, Mataji, what was the significance of him stealing the butter and all that, Mataji?
Actually, the pastime is to please the all these devotees. No? By stealing the butter, he's stealing their heart also. That is the significance. And if you take like that, oh, why is he stealing? He is a proprietor of everything. The same question I used to have. But all the answers came just like that. See, he is the proprietor. He didn't have to go and steal. Everything belongs to him. So even the word stealing can be wrong only. Because already in Gopi's heart, he is there as Parama, means he is there, not Paramatma, there directly. Here only Paramatma will be there. So directly is there. It is he who is protecting. He is the one proprietor of everything. So there is nothing like stealing or enjoying other people's wife. It is for our understanding, something is written there. That's all.
Yes,
You can't use the word steal also. Everything belongs to him. It's a
He's taking his
pretext of,
own butter, Mataji.
yeah, it is taking, yes,
Yeah.
definitely. See, if you think like that, he is taking his own butter.
Yeah.
Because he is going to please them. See, they want him to come. Although, see, they are coming to Yashoda Mata's house. They are complaining. But the real motive is, more than complaining, they want to see Krishna. They have so much of love towards Krishna. They'll pray that Krishna will come to the house and steal them. Thereby they can see him and all that.
Actually, there's one funny scene from that B.R. Chopra's Mahabharat, Mataji. Krishna steals the butter and that Gopi catches him. She runs to Yashoda's house. You best wait here. I'll bring Yashoda and come. When Yashoda's like, how did my son end up in your house? Come inside with me. And Krishna's nicely eating there in her kitchen.
Yeah.
Then she goes back and sees that Krishna still there in her house, tied up.
Yeah, he does. So many, all these different leelas are there. But actually everything belongs to him. So I got my answer. Like, it's not like he's stealing butter or anything like that. He is doing all this pastime to please his devotees. That's all. All the leelas are meant to please them and interact with them and all that. That's it.
Very good.
Yeah, there is nothing like this thing. No? Unless Krishna gives you, you work. You have seen even in the material world, people work and work. Everybody doesn't have that this thing. For what they have worked, they may not get the result. So it's all Krishna who sanctions. Everything is done by Krishna.
But let me see that if bad people do something wrong, they are enjoying their lives. If we devotees by mistake also unknowingly do something, immediately we get punished. That is a little hurting, Mataji.
Not necessary, because I have seen devotees who are very prosperous and happy also. And sometimes the thieves, it's not like that. Some, of course, devotees, they suffer, they undergo difficulty. But even in the material world, suffering is there. So at least we are on the side of, we are on the correct side. Because that is the constitutional portion. Yeah, at least for that reason, no? Because we are on the correct side. We're not going against Dharma. These people are suffering and they'll be suffering more. Next life.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, Krishna is lopsided.
Krishna is? What is it?
He is partial to his devotees. He shows partiality towards his devotees, or else everyone is equal in his eyes.
Yeah, everyone are equal, but still the father is especially fond of his this one. Some children, like last son or somebody, it will be favorite, like that. Because they are surrendering to him. So naturally he'll be partial. That is not that he is not giving his grace to everyone. I said, no, the rain will come everywhere. But it is like how much you want to take it in.
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, sometimes in our practical life, maybe devotees may be in different stages. If some fault we found in our senior devotees, if we share that to them, is it aparadh to us?
Aparadha. See, you can do one thing. Maybe you can go to a senior most devotee and tell, this is what is happening, how to deal with the situation. That might be better, no?
In humble way, right, Mataji?
You can just tell, see, this is what has happened. You can tell in a nice way, like, this is what has happened, what to do in such a situation. They might know how to deal with it better.
Sometimes they used to do partiality, Mataji.
That will happen. See, all of them are not on the same level of advancement. And one more thing we have to remember, we are doing it for Krishna. Not because if you fight and all, it's like what you're doing there.
Mataji, actually work done by one person, and they used to praise who do show off. Literally, I'm getting depression about this, Mataji. Because
that time you have to think like this, I'm doing it for Krishna. Because Krishna is there in your heart and he has Paramatma. He knows what you're doing is correct or wrong. See, you're doing it for Krishna. Because, see, even those people, once they advance, they will realize their mistake. If they are doing sincerely chanting and all, and this will happen, not only here. That's what in one lecture, my daughter was telling, she heard somewhere. Here also there are a lot of people. And even in Goloka, there are people. Okay, they have purified everything. So you have to interact with people everywhere. So you cannot have this conflict and all. And you're doing it for Krishna. That we have to remember. Because this is our constitutional portion. We are doing the right thing. See, again, it's the ego which is telling. If you don't have the ego, maybe you will not bother. Somebody is praising you or not doing. I'm doing my duty. That's it.
Mataji, whatever happened in material life is same repeated in spiritual life. What is the difference?
Not like that. Not like that. All kinds of people will be there also. All kinds will be there. It will be there. On what difference? See, we are not going for the pleasure there. See, one thing, if you are like that, it is okay. Because by giving happiness to Krishna, you're getting the enjoyment. You're giving him happiness. That's why you're getting enjoyment. But that doesn't mean like that should not be a motive. Okay. What is the use? Like I'm going there also I should get pleasure. That and all. It's like you have ulterior motive. No, nothing. Zero. That zero expectations.
Mataji, if some up and downs happens in our conversations, or else some hurting we feel and we express little bit harshly, is that we are
I
hurting
don't think
Krishna?
so. Why can't we pray to this one? See, all the time, if you do like that, maybe you may not advance in bhakti also. We should not bother so much about, okay, apradhas are there, everything. I think we should pray to this one and try not to like unnecessarily don't this one. And in most of these cases, what happens? Oh, they didn't praise me, although I worked. This is again your ego. You understand me? What I'm trying to tell you?
Yes, Mataji. Actually, if I
A
even
very humble state of mind, then you will not bother whether somebody is praising you or not.
yes, Mataji. Mataji, if I hurt them, is that Krishna is going to hurt by me indirectly?
Not like that. See, you're not advanced enough to progress further in bhakti. Unless you are purified, how can you go back? It will not happen. You understand me? We are in various stage of this one Krishna consciousness. Unless you purify yourself completely, how can you? So we have to restrict as much as possible. And better know, like if you have like that, if you have such doubts, go and tell some senior devotee whom you trust, and then tell, see, what do I do in this kind of situation?
By whom I am getting this hurt?
Or you can tell like this, sorry, don't mistake me, I am feeling hurt by this. They
Okay.
might have a different explanation for that.
Mhm.
They might have a different explanation.
Mataji, being a devotee is a art of life, Mataji, really.
It's not art of life or anything. It will come. If you chant pure, means try. Like, see, I am also telling, no, we are all not advanced like that. Like, but yeah, we are trying. That's all. That Krishna is seeing our effort. Just like when building the bridge, both Skuril was also trying to build the bridge, and even monkey, no? Hanuman also. So, but that Rama appreciated the effort of Skuril also.
Mataji.
What are we that we are nothing? And no need to take so much into this thing. Like all the time, don't focus on that. But if you have such feelings, you can go and tell the scene. Otherwise, you can tell in a nice way. Please, why you didn't tell? I also did. No, you can tell in a nice way. That.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yeah, but don't bother about this thing. See, otherwise, what will happen? Your devotional service will get affected. You will be thinking, oh, they didn't praise. No, you're
Yes,
not doing it.
Mataji, that was actually happening to me, Mataji. What you said is exactly right, Mataji.
No, don't bother, because we have to do what we have to do. That's all. Then it is up to Krishna. And when the recognition has to come, he will recognize. That's it.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam.
Yeah, because your devotional service will get curtailed if you think all those.
Yes,
Mhm.
Mataji. Yes,
What you are doing, you will stop doing that, and that is not good.
Yes, Mataji.
So I think with this I'll stop.
Sorry, Mataji. I just have a couple of questions. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Mataji, is
Another
Radharani?
5 minutes only. 5 minutes only. Okay.
Yeah,
Ah.
Mataji. Is
Okay.
Radharani avatar of goddess Lakshmi?
No. From Radharani comes Lakshmi, various Lakshmis.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the other one is, Mataji, you gave the example of father loving the eldest or the youngest child more. Now,
Not
same
like
with
that. If a child is more dependent on the father, then the father will love that child more. Like,
oh, okay,
if you have
Mataji.
one child, that question will not come. But when there are many children, that question might come.
Yes, Mataji. Why I got this in mind is like because you said about that partiality when you were explaining. I was 11 years old when I became a devotee. Now I'm 21, so will Krishna love me less now? That's why
No,
I asked.
not like that. Krishna doesn't love. It is us who are not going back to him.
Oh, yes,
He's
Mataji.
trying. See, he is trying. He is coming as gurus. He sent the books. And then he is there as Paramatma witnessing all our activities. Whether you take any body, it is immaterial to him. He is same, whether you are in the body of amoeba or in this one, same Paramatma is there. It is us who have turned the face away from him, not him, actually. not less or not more. He is there. He is looking for you to look back at him. That's it.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, with this I will stop. Okay. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gurudev ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta koti vaishnavrinda ki jai.